Welcome back to Mountain Connections. Life skills coach Amanda Winters. One of her goals is to help people become more emotionally self-sufficient. And today we are talking about depression. Welcome to the show, Amanda.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
So depression is a complex, complicated, very common illness. How do you approach a client who comes to you who is suffering from depression?
I think the first thing that we do is really address their sleep. What are their sleep habits? Obviously, when we don't get the sleep that we need, then we're emotionally all over the place. And that allows our bodies and our minds to heal when we sleep. So really, adults should be getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Many times we think that we can function on less, but then we see it in other aspects of our lives where we're not functioning as well as we should be able to.
Yes, I can definitely relate to that. How do you differentiate between someone who is suffering from some depression that is maybe sleep related or related to something in their life but isn't severe enough to see a physician? How do you know when to recommend one or the other path?
Well, really, there's a fine line right there that when we have not enough sleep, then we suffer just like if we need to go see a therapist, right? So being able to address the different issues and use self-healing things. And if this doesn't work, then definitely see a therapist. Find somebody, find a professional that's going to be able to help you. If you have already seen a therapist and have been put on medication, these will still help.
That's a great point you make. So you mentioned sleep. What are some other things that we can do to help with depression?
So I love visualization and meditation. That's probably one of my favorite things, and sometimes that sounds hokey. It's becoming more common, but really a meditation study done by Deepak Chopra, which I probably slaughtered his name, but I never know how to say it. But anyway, a study that he did, he identified that as we actually go into meditation and go deeper into the meditation, our serotonin levels rise, they increase. And so being able to do something as simple as meditate to raise our serotonin levels really helps with the depression.
I am really bad at meditation. How do you even start? I mean, I need to practice and try it more. I'm just not any good at it.
I go where I just do great, and then I get really bad too. So I totally get where you're coming from. So one of my favorite things is I have an app, it's called Meditate Me, and she has different meditations. She has meditations for sleep. She has meditations for the brain waves. She has several meditations, and I just pop my headphones in and I listen to the meditation. Takes about a half an hour, and it's just amazing. I just feel so invigorated after. Sometimes, yeah, I do fall asleep. I'll admit that.
But maybe you need it, so that's good.
Maybe.
So you recommend sleep, meditation. What else can we do?
And then I recommend aromatherapy. So don't disregard medications. They are powerful and sometimes needed, but I love aromatherapy. So when my son was younger, he would just get crazy. I don't know how else to explain it. He would be teasing one sibling after another, which would drive me crazy. And so I would actually take wild orange and I would put it in my hands, and I would just kind of rub it there for a minute and walk up to him and rub it on his shoulders and just say, "Oh, I love you." That way he didn't know what I was doing, but it was so powerful because I would sit and physically watch him just go, "Woo." And so that was really a testimony to me that how powerful aromatherapy is. I know when we deal with stuff like frustration with others, where we're just like, I want to kill you, which I think we all get that way sometimes. We get frustrated and angry. Aromatherapy is a great way. Being able to inhale it, so rub it in your hands, cup it over your mouth and nose, and just inhale it because it goes into the nose, into the olfactory system, which is the direct access to the limbic system of the brain. That's your emotion center. And so we really want to take the chemistry of the essential oils to add it to the chemistry that we're having in our bodies, and to be able to change that chemistry, to be able to calm it down or to lift us up, or whatever mood that we're trying to fix. It's very powerful.
And helps with relaxation and maybe changing your mindset.
Absolutely.
What else can we do?
So, like you said, mindset. Mindset is a powerful thing. And I talked last week about affirmations, and I want to relate it to forgiveness. So forgiveness is really a mindset, and sometimes we think that we can't forgive somebody or ourselves because they've done something so horribly wrong to us. And really, it's something that we need to do on a daily basis because it sets us free. It doesn't do anything for the person to either hold a grudge or to continue having those feelings. It hurts us. It doesn't hurt them. So an affirmation that I absolutely love is, I release myself and my fears, and I am safe. I allow myself and others to be wrong, and I fully accept myself and others. I understand that I am perfect exactly the way that I am. So really being able to say that over and over again. Now, as you say that, a great time to say that is as you're going to sleep. So sleeping, getting down into, so there's different stages of brain vibration. And we want to get down into the theta brain vibration, where we're in a 4 to 8 cycle per second, because that's really when we get into our subconscious. We're able to really change our thinking and the way that we feel. And so being able to do that right before we go to sleep, being able to say the affirmation, being able to meditate right before we go to sleep and is powerful. And using our oils at bedtime also.
You know, forgiveness can be so difficult, especially when we feel extremely justified in our anger, but so important. And these are really great tips and tools that you've given us to help us just even change a bad mood or change just a rotten day, and also help with depression. Where can we get more information about what you offer?
You can find me on EWI.com, so EWI.com, or in Wellness Institute. Essential Wellness Institute. I can't talk today, sorry. The Essential Wellness Institute.
Perfect.
So,
and you offer quite a bit of different services, from individual counseling to group counseling, and also to employees in a business environment.
I do. And do I have time for another quick story?
Quick, yes.
Okay, so I had a client that I was working with, and he refused to forgive. He had liver cancer, and actually I told him, I said, you need to forgive. And he said, no, I won't. And he ended up dying from cancer. That's how powerful our emotions are, is they do affect our bodies.
So true, and such a great reminder of what we need to let go and how we can work on ourselves to hopefully feel a little bit better and a little bit more positive. Thanks so much for being here, Amanda.
Thank you, it's been great.
It's great having you. All right, Amanda Winters, those were some great tips to help us with depression. But remember, if your depression is at a point where it cannot be handled or controlled, make sure you check someone out. Go and see someone and get the help that you need. All right, Amanda will be back next week with even more advice for us to help us become emotionally stable and sustain our emotional health. We have much more coming up on Mountain Connections after this break.